Hi, and welcome to the Radar Area Graph customization tutorial. Let's get started by going to our project panel. Go to All Graphs folder. Go to the Radar Area Graph folder. Couldn't find it. And let's open up the Radar Area Graph Render comp. Double click to open that up. And this is the comp that you can render if you would like to just render this one particular chart as its own movie. And in the timeline, our first two layers are the Radar Area Graph text pre-comps, and these actually animate if you select them and hit U on your keyboard. If you remember from the preview, these actually rotate, sort of close in on each other like this. So let's double click on the Radar Area Graph text composition to open that up. And as you can see, we can edit all of our text here. And we also have a separate composition for the grid. And this grid has a few options as well. It's a shape layer. If you go into your effects controls panel, you can change the number of lines and the spacing. You can change the size. And you can also actually, if you don't want to use circles, you can turn that layer off in the shape contents. Turn that off, and you can actually turn on a polygon, and those lines are also controlled here in our control panel, so you can maybe use something like that instead of the circles. That's just an extra little option there if you decide to use that instead. So just wanted to show you that really quick. Go down a little bit further. Each area data set is in its own composition. So if we double click the Radar Area Graph settings comp, you just select the shape layer, double click inside, and you just grab these vertex points and move them manually to create your shape. If we go to our graph controls, all you have is just a color controller, so you can change the color here as well. And our preview actually says 20. That was a mistake. I apologize. I'm going to change that. It's actually just 4. So you can change any of these text layers as well. You just double click on any text layer, you'll see it highlighted in our comp viewer. And let's say you wanted to change this to January or Jan. It's updated, and if you want to change the font, the color, or the size, you can do that in the character panel. And you can do this for all of our text layers. And these data labels, it's just these background rectangular shapes. Those are dynamically linked for the colors to each graph. So if you change the color of a graph for, let's say, data 1, this background will change as well.